Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. We've got myself, John, and we've got...
The Dominican tree, baby. This is Papi Platano.
There he is. And we have...
I am the notorious one. I am Dom. Boom.
This week we are covering WWE No Way Out 2004, a very important show in the annals of WWE history. So let's get right into it. Dom.
Guys, this was an amazing show from start to finish right here. I had never seen it till this time, but I knew what the main outcome was. But I enjoyed the show. And we kicked off the show with two beautiful ladies. We kicked off the show with Sable and Tori Wilson.
Woo!
Wow. NDA.
Well, that's all you can think about when they came out. It's like, oh, Jesus, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom walked into the room again.
Yep.
Man, so I had a question for you, Strap. I know Sable had her lawsuit. Was this after this or was it before?
Yeah, Sable, she left the WWF in, I think, the late spring of 1999. And, she had a lawsuit. And she actually showed up on Nitro later that year, 1999. And whatever happened, I don't even remember what the lawsuit was about. It was nothing compared to what they're going through right now. But they obviously got it settled. Sable came back around 2003, was like, Vince's personal assistant kind of thing. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And it led to this thing with her and Tori Wilson. They did Sable already had a Playboy issue, two of them. And I guess they did another one. I don't really remember it too well. Fortunately or unfortunately with Tori Wilson. But, they were a thing. And flash forward a bit, Sable would wrap up her run after WrestleMania. And she would be done after that. WrestleMania 20, that is.
I had that cover. Well, I had the magazine.
Oh, yeah. Ready for the articles.
Yes.
Did you know you could find a bunny in the Playboy?
What
like it was a hidden bunny, hidden Playboy bunny, like on the cover.
Yeah, it's right next to the page number.
Yeah.
Nah, it was like all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you
my coworker told me about that, and he searched and he found it. He was like,
Steve
right
Sticky Fingers Ramirez.
I don't know who that is, but
I don't know either.
Yeah. Playboy. That was a thing back in the day. All right, let's get into it. So we got Michael Cole and Taz on the announce team. This is a SmackDown branded show. It's in the Cow Palace. It's in San Francisco, the Bay Area, home of the San Francisco Giants. So we get a video package of Brock Lesnar beating everybody down, and he leaves as the WWE champion. Then we see Stone Cold Steve Austin giving my man Bill Goldberg a front row ticket to show up at this event right here. Then we see Eddie Guerrero talking about his family and how everybody's turning on him and he has addictions and he's going to overcome all the odds and become the new WWE champion. What a great video package. I said this numerous times. If you didn't watch the show, just watch the video package from WWE. They are fantastic, man. They tell stories. They make movies. Yes, Hollywood Blondes.
Yes. Good one.
Yeah, but if you don't get rewarded if you watch it every single episode, every single week, because then you've seen it all already.
Yes.
But you are right. If you just happen to be a casual viewer, the video packages do help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our former producer, Booby. He only watches the Royal Rumble AEW shows or pay-per-views and WrestleManias. That's all he does, just to fill in.
Oh, jeez.
He ain't like us. He ain't about that. But all right, our first match of the night, we have Shaniqua, formerly or also known as Linda Miles from Tough Enough. I think season 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. with the Basham brothers. Everybody know, I think Doug Basham from the Netflix series The Wrestlers with Al Snow, and we got Danny Basham. I think what's his name? Damager. That's how you say it, John.
Yeah.
Damager. Damager. Yeah. Versus Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty for the tag team titles, and it is a handicap match. Platino, what do you think about this match?
I was like, why would you have a handicap match? Then again, this is like past the Attitude Era, so they're still trying to have some of the little, like, what's it called? The little nostalgia towards it. Well, they're trying to move. They're still trying to keep a little bit of it at this time, so they're trying to find their identity. So I personally didn't like it. I don't like intergender matches personally, but there's one in this pay-per-view later on, which is kind of like, okay. But again, great tag teams for that time. Rikishi and Scotty. I really wish Brian what the hell is his name? Christopher, yeah. Brian Christopher was still around, because that trio was really great back in the day, and they always got you off the seat and just want you dancing and all that. The Bashams, I never really got into them. I don't know, just their gimmick, just no thank you. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I get her now that I think about it. She's like like a dominatrix, and she's just like basically that's her boys. But yeah, to me, no thanks. A lot of good action.
I can't wait to hear what John got to say.
Yeah.
John, what you got to say about this?
Well, following the lineage of the It Doesn't Matter podcast, we just mentioned Shaniqua in our For the Culture episode.
Shout out to BDC.
And how John Bradshaw Layfield gave her the clothesline from hell and then ruptured her chest into the state it was, and it never healed, unfortunately.
That was right.
No. Implants.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, there they are. Yeah. they weren't showing out too much on this pay-per-view, but they are there. But yeah, how far has the SmackDown Tag Team titles gone from the days of, Edge and Rey Mysterio, Los Guerreros, and Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle to Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi? Oh boy. A suitable tag team for the time. But yes, I was confused as to why this was a handicap match, and I didn't really understand it until Taz and Cole were talking about, well, if they win, who gets to defend the titles? Shaniqua and Danny, or Shaniqua and Doug, something like that. I'm like, I don't get it, but that's okay. Yeah. I mean, I said that Sable left the WWF after WrestleMania the next month. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. I think Shaniqua was done after this show. I mean, she took the pinfall, and I think that was just a way to write her off. I don't really remember her any time after this.
No, they never really brought her back, did they? For anything?
Oh no. Hell no. None of them tough enough guys, really, for the most part.
That's sad, man.
But yeah, gimmick.
She had charisma, though. I'll give her that.
No, I don't even know about charisma, but she was athletic as hell. From watching Tough Enough, I did watch her back in the day on MTV.
She had a great look.
Yes.
She did. She did.
But as for the Basham Brothers gimmick, they're just gimps. And Linda Miles was the dominatrix, just as you know. They're like the demolition of the 2004 era, but not as good in any way, shape, or form. And the Basham Brothers would stick around for a couple more years. They would eventually leave the company during the ECW and Sci-Fi era. Their last thing was just being the security for Paul Heyman. But they would have a short run with JBL in the cabinet. They had a pretty cool knockoff Kill Bill theme music. And the Basham Brothers themselves, those two guys, Danny Basham or Doug Basham and Damaja, they were like the two most vicious enemies in OVW or Louisville at the time. And then when they brought them up to the main roster, they made them a tag team. It's like, it's like I don't know who two more polar opposites could be, but they are like, oh, you're no longer feuding. You're a tag team, and you're brothers, by the way. But anyway, the match itself, it was it was interesting to watch because of all the things that we're thinking. We're like, what's going on here? Why are Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi the tag champs? What's going on with the Bashrooms? What's going on with Shaniqua? So in that sense, there was a lot of action going on, and it was compelling to watch.
Yes. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a good opening match, and I was curious because, like I said, for the culture episode, BDC mentioned Shaniqua. I'm like, oh shit! So I can finally see a Shaniqua match because like I said, haven't seen this pay-per-view before, and she was laying them clotheslines in, man. She's body slamming Scotty.
Yeah,
and when Rikishi grabbed her by her hair and threw her in the ring, I was like, oh, here we go. Then he kept teasing the bonsai drop, and then he finally got it. And literally, how John said how her career ended. Yeah, she got squashed. Literally.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Compelling match for different reasons.
I kind of wish he was part of this era now, like when you look back on it, because they probably would have been able to use her more instead of just because she wasn't a Vince McMahon diva type for him. We all know what his type was. The Hollywood Blondes, Dom. Hollywood Blondes.
I don't mean to poop on your parade, no, but oh yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, so Rikishi and Sky 2 Hotty, they retained the tag team titles.
Next.
Oh, yeah.
Off the show. All right. So after this, we see a video package of my man Jamie Noble and his girlfriend Nydia. Nydia is also from Tough Enough, and Jamie Noble had an inheritance, or he got his money somehow, and this dumb bimbo take all his money on to buy fur coats and all this other stuff. So that's what happened. So he got tired of it, and he wants all his stuff back. So they showed the video package, and she took that $5,000 mink jacket and she threw it in a wood chipper, and it looked like some random carcass. So our next match for No Way Out 2004, we have a blindfold match between boyfriend and girlfriend, and of course, Jamie Noble is going to be the one blindfolded.
Of course.
Platino, give us your thoughts.
I was like, what the hell are we watching? I mean, we've seen blindfold matches before with Jake and was it
the Model?
Yes.
Jake and Rick Martel.
I love that for some reason. Just the fans were really into that. The fans weren't as much maybe when I was listening to it. Maybe because it wasn't believable. A guy, I don't even want to get into it. It's just I get frustrated with shit like this. I don't find it appealing. Interracial or matches is just intergender matches is just no
interracial.
Yeah. Well,
you want to try that again?
Yeah, one more time. Yeah, intergender matches is not for me, man. It's not. I don't go for it. I'm not a fan of it. So my thoughts were a miss for me. So, John.
Well, once I saw the duo, I remembered them, and then I remember them fondly, Jamie Noble and Nydia, and to see where it came to in this matchup. So yeah, it's an intergender match. And,
gotcha.
What can you do at the time? If you did this now, I mean, they wouldn't do this now, but the way they handled it at the time, I thought they did a fine job with it. It's just that no one cared,
Yeah.
So they had a storyline, support, but the characters just weren't as over as they should have been, and so that's why it fell flat. That's why it just didn't work as well. Even though Nydia had some comedic moments, literally kicking the ass of Jamie Noble while he was blindfolded, and
she showed some promise though during the match. I did watch a little bit.
I think Nydia had a lot of promise, and she just once they let her go, she just decided the business she was done with the business, and that was it. She came down to ringside. She kind of reminded me of, I'm looking at her. I'm like, there's no one that looks like her that much nowadays. And I was like, well, she kind of looks like Bayley to me a little bit, just a little bit.
No, not from behind.
No,
not from behind. But yeah, Jamie Noble, he even tried to do that spot, the with the Jake Roberts spot. I'm like, where's the crowd? Help me find out where she is. Where she is.
Yeah.
Davey didn't fall for it. He's like, come on, man, help me.
He almost had it. He had her in the corner, pinned up in the corner. He's getting ready to grab the melons. Next to know,
Yeah.
he just stopped. Oh, I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, baby.
but then, of course, he cheated and he lifted the veil and he found out where she was and got the pinfall. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those matches where I talked about before, where like if you get a gimmick over, like a really silly gimmick, like Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville,
Yes.
then you're gonna get a big push like within the next year.
Yeah.
For Jamie Noble, that didn't happen. He actually got fired within the next year, and Nydia would be released, and that would be the end of that.
Jamie wasn't 6 feet tall minimum.
Yeah, that's his issue. He was a great
he
wrestler.
got fired. He got fired for different reasons. Yeah, maybe.
Yes, maybe.
But he would come back to WWE years later, and he would have a short career until Sheamus retired him for good, sort of.
I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed how the match started when Nydia slapped him in the face and he got pissed off and ripped the mask off. And, you got to put it back on to disqualify you. So then he put the mask back on. And Nydia was just toying with him the whole time, like kicking him in the shin, pulled his pants down, all that other shit like that. It was pretty entertaining. But for somebody who was able to see, she's still going to get the win. Like she had the clear advantage and she couldn't even get the win whatsoever. But the finish of the match, we see Nydia climb the top rope and Noble lift up the mask, pulls it back down and hit her with the, the Ric Flair spot at the top rope. And then, he literally like put her in the dragon chokehold and choke her ass out.
Yeah.
For the win. We see two women from Tough Enough, two tough women, both getting dominated.
Hey, can I go back a match? And I forgot to mention this. This is in the Rikishi literally squashing Shaniqua, and Nick Patrick is going to, because they're so close to the corner that Nick Patrick is trying to count, and like he's going to do that bit where it's like, oh, she's out of bounds, out of bounds. I bet Rikishi's like, just fucking count.
Yep.
This is the finish, okay? It's the freaking finish. Just count. But Nick Patrick was trying to make it all legitimate, like, oh, your shoulders in, out. There was nowhere for her to go. So.
Yeah, she just had her hands just like, all right, just tug them in.
That's why she got fired.
Hey, you like the match?
Who, me?
Yeah.
For what it was, it wasn't what I wanted to see, but for what we got, I couldn't complain.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was. It really was.
So I gave it a shot, and I said, all right, you got me.
Still not his cup of tea.
Yeah.
All right, so after this, we get a recap of Kurt Angle being laid out on SmackDown. Then later on in the night, Angle clocks Cena and Big Show with a steel chair. After this, we see a young Josh Matthews with a turtleneck and 2 hoop earrings and frost tips in his hair. And Angle said he was attacked, but he's not letting that stop his triple threat #1 contendership for the night. And then Cena gets in his face and he says he wouldn't attack him from behind. He would get at him at his face and slap the shit out of Kurt. Next thing you know, they start banging out. John Cena. He was on the rise right here.
Yeah. Now, this is when the Doctor of Thugonomics was just starting out, I think, a couple months before, right?
Months before, yeah.
Yeah, because if he didn't have that gimmick, he was about to be out the door, and we wouldn't have the GOAT still wrestling for us right now.
Yeah.
So,
John, you bought his CD or did you download it?
CD? I didn't. I didn't buy that.
Oh, you downloaded it?
Off Kazaa. No.
There you go. Word life.
Yeah, that's when he was still putting them together like that.
Yes.
That blue, I saw that shirt in the crowd, the blue ringer tee. Man, that was. I didn't really like that shirt that much, but I'm like, it's the only thing that he has for merch, so I did want to get it.
Now you probably like it. Like, damn, I wish I could find that.
Yep.
Nah.
He likes the Fruity Pebble one.
I wish I could find the Nux.
That was, yeah. Didn't you have like a dog one that was pretty dope too one time? The Hustle, Loyalty, Respect.
Yeah, the dog with I ain't like that one. That was the Royal Rumble one back in Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
A lot of ink. You used up the whole back. A lot of ink on that one. Worth the money. Worth the money.
You can find it on eBay.
I bet you could.
And WWEshop.com. All right. Our next match is the world's greatest tag team of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
It's Carlton and Carlton.
Literally.
Going against the APA of Ron Simmons, also known as Farouk, and JBL. And guys, this was a physical tag team match. The APA was dominating, but Bradshaw, his shoulder was all messed up, or a shoulder or forearm area was all messed up. But did you see that clothesline from hell that he gave Charlie Haas? When he couldn't even get it up. Then Shouting hit the super kick for the win.
Yeah.
They needed it. They did it. I Googled this shit. So at this time, my man Ron Simmons, he was 46 years old in 2004. So it's crazy. I want to do a SmackDown show. What is it though? The SmackDown 6. That's what it is.
Yeah, the 6 superstars that came out of.
I would love to do a show about that, or I like to do the Paul Heyman era of SmackDown. So that's from like 2003 to 2005, maybe.
I want to say he had a good 2-year run.
What are you getting at here?
No, I'm just saying that I didn't know for the longest time that I had to Google the shit how the APA broke up.
Okay, you want me to tell you?
I did not know. I had to look this shit up, and then they lost a match, whatever, and I know they was going to.
Well, you know now, yeah.
I did not know.
Well,
because at the time we was in high school at the time, so
sure,
I didn't know what was going
on. Yeah, basically, I mean, for JBL, when he went from Bradshaw, APA Bradshaw to the character of JBL, I would hope that he had a lot of creative input into it, because a lot of it was very logical, made a lot of sense, everything about it, and very, just little things about his character, like a lot of heel turns don't make sense, right?
No.
And like, how do you go from beer drinking, poker playing, ass kicking Bradshaw to corporate Fox News analyst, Wall Street, John Bradshaw Layfield? It doesn't make any sense. But
it's the Frost tips.
The very quick line. All he said was like he didn't ignore his past. He just summed it up like this. He was just like, I was like, I am who I am now, and that guy beer drinking, poker playing, that was all fun and games, but now it's time to get serious. That's it. That's all it took for him to authentically change his character from that guy to this new guy. So that's very authentic of him, and I'll always remember that. And he's also the guy who, when he was a commentator, it's like why would you always go as a wrestler? Why would you always go for a pin early in the match? It's like you didn't beat him down enough. Why go for near falls? That's part of wrestling matches to make it exciting. That's part of the work. But like, for real, why do you do it? All JBL said was, because you might get it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like, man, this guy's, JBL's great. He is an asshole in real life in the locker room, sure, but his wrestling work was always like make it real. And I always appreciate that about him. But when they broke up the APA, I think, Paul Heyman or something like that, they're like, if you lose the match, you're fired, both of you.
Yep.
And like, they let Farouk and JBL, they're like, all right, let's go, man. Let's go out of here. And JBL got like a separate offer to stay. And he's like, I got to stay, man. And Ron's like, you're going to give up all this from basically for money, And he's like, yeah. So that's when they broke up and Ron left. And speaking of like this match here, just looking at Ron Simmons, like knowing that he was going to retire soon, I was like, he looks like physically, like he didn't look as sharp as he was.
He didn't look how he was back in like
even years earlier.
2000 Ron Simmons,
he looked like all right, this is my last run. My contract's up or something. I'm gonna, and he went to like the corner post. He's like flexing his pecs, and it's like he's still a little soft. But no, it was another compelling match for reasons that have nothing to do with the actual match. But it was a good match. I was interested in seeing Shelton and Farouk go at it, and JBL, he had a storyline in the match. His shoulder was busted. He still tried to use it, and that played into the finish where he nailed the move, but then he got pinned for it too. So.
Yeah, so I really did enjoy the match, and like I said, I looked it up, and I know after this, Ron Simmons was basically out the door soon, and he went out his own way. He didn't want to have the spotlight on him, so that angle happened to work for him. And you see, at this time, he put the world's greatest tag team, over.
Yep.
Still talking shit like he did. Damn, I'm gonna choke your ass out, man.
But he didn't take the pinfall.
Yeah, JBL.
At the end of the job, brother.
Your arm's the one that taped up. You gotta take it. So it is what it is. But I enjoyed the match.
I watched a studio interview. I watched a studio interview with Ron Simmons. It was not good.
What'd you say? Say it again.
I watched a shoot interview with Ron Simmons. It was terrible. We all like Ron Simmons, sure, but he just wouldn't answer any questions. And anything that would seem outlandish, this is the biggest he'd be like, man, I don't know. That was his response to a lot of shit. I'm like, who paid for this DVD from High Spots? This interview sucks.
I was about to say, you probably watch from High Spots. Good thing you said it.
Yeah.
Spots.com. They got all the good shit, man.
I wait till it gets on YouTube. I ain't paying for that shit.
What you think about the match, Abe?
It's actually a really great match, man. Like a good combo of different tag teams, from two tag teams that are technical, and then two tag team partners that are more brawlers and fighters. It caught me off guard because I'm like, damn, fucking Farouk and JBL is speeding up, especially JBL. I'm like, I'm not used to seeing JBL move like that. Like, especially in the older, when he became JBL. I was like, okay, I can see this. I can start to see why they pushed him and made him one of the signature guys for SmackDown. So good action, like you said, a great finish. That was smart. Like, you'd think he's got them win, and then boom, Shelton with the win. That was smart booking. My opinion. Obviously.
There you go. You can't go wrong. So far, that's the third match of the night. And I'm enjoying the show. I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm liking 2004. I'm liking this show right here. Then I thought about John while I was watching the show. I said, all right. So the last pay-per-view they had was the Royal Rumble. So I'm assuming before Royal Rumble was Armageddon for Raw?
Possibly, yeah.
I was curious what was on that Raw side. Like, what did they have to build up? Because, Royal Rumble was a joint show. So what the hell did Raw possibly have?
Armageddon 2003.
They might not even had it. 2004.
Well, December. Right?
3.
December 2003.
Yeah.
So then the Rumble will come before.
Oh shit! Did we cover that?
No. I believe Armageddon.
Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
No. That's not the. No, this one was I believe it was. I think it's something with Goldberg, Triple H, and Kane.
Yep.
I think.
I believe that's it.
And it's the one where I think Triple H won the title back. I think. I can't recall anything else from that show, but Goldberg was the champ because he beat Hunter at Survivor Series for it, and he was not the champion anymore by the time the Rumble came around. So unless they did it on Raw, then they had to have a title change at that pay-per-view. So,
Where was Chris Benoit?
Chris Benoit was a SmackDown guy, and he won the 2004 Rumble, and then he chose to face the. He was a SmackDown guy, and then he chose to face the Raw World Champion Triple H.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good to know. All right.
We as the Benoit delegation were worried that he was going to get screwed out of his championship match because Shawn Michaels beat him for the opportunity, and they did some weird stuff to get. Okay. So Chris Benoit was going to sign the contract to face Triple H. Okay, Shawn Michaels like super kicked him, signed the contract. Then it's like, wait, hold on. So Shawn signed the contract to face Triple H, but Chris Benoit won the Rumble. So then they made it a triple threat match.
Sounds like foreshadowing for WrestleMania 40.
Oh boy.
Hey, look at this.
I'm out of focus.
WrestleMania 20, triple threat match. WrestleMania 30, triple threat match. WrestleMania 40.
It better not be a triple threat match.
All right. Well, let's get into the next segment. So after this, we see my man Goldberg arrive into the arena. He walks down through the aisle and he sits in the front row. Then they show a video package of how his rivalry between himself and Brock take place. And it starts at the Royal Rumble. After this, we see Paul Heyman come out staring at Goldberg, and he says if Goldberg interferes, he will have Goldberg arrested. Then after this, we get Brock Lesnar coming out. He's egging on Goldberg. He takes out Goldberg with the distraction from Paul Heyman, but it didn't last that long because Goldberg hit a monstrous jackhammer. And then Goldberg gets arrested. And as he gets arrested, they play his theme song. That's dope.
Dude, he was the man. I can't even deny that.
The man. Goldberg was the man.
Yeah.
So while Brock Lesnar was laid out, we see Hardcore Holly run into the ring because I guess Brock broke his neck.
Yeah.
Our neck
9 months ago.
After this, our next match is Hardcore Holly versus Rhino, and I just feel like this match was just thrown together. This is probably like the worst match of the night, and it wasn't even that bad. But it's not a hardcore match, but it was just a traditional wrestling match. That's all it was. Like this match could have been on SmackDown or
could have
Velocity.
But
like, what's the purpose of this match?
I don't even remember what they said. Something happened on SmackDown like 3 days before, I guess, that caused them to have a match. And I'm just like, I mean, first of all, Hardcore Holly is one of those guys that we both, all three of us agree was our guy. It was like, yes, push him, beat him.
I never said that. I just like his drop kick. I like how he was hardcore. He was a badass. He was tough. I like that shit, but
I just felt like he wasn't pushed to his full potential, my opinion. But then again, you look at the roster. Sorry, bro, it's hard to break that ceiling when you got Brock, Goldberg, Rock, all these other guys ahead of you.
Yeah. He had a chance on SmackDown, but it wasn't it.
Yeah,
his most, he became mainly famous in ECW.
Yeah,
if you want to say that.
And he never, it's crazy. He never won the belt for ECW too. Being a hardcore Holly.
Nah.
Jesus.
And he still got one of the best drop kicks in the business.
Yeah.
I was going to say, take that hate out of your voice, man. I really enjoyed this a lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because at the time, okay, so the story was Brock Lesnar sandbagged. Oh, yeah, excuse me.
Teabag.
Hardcore Holly sandbagged Brock Lesnar. Y'all know what that term is?
Yes.
Okay. So Hardcore Holly allegedly sandbagged Brock Lesnar, and it ended up being with Bob Holly's neck broken. And so that was sometime in 2003, I guess, or 2002. I'm not sure. And Hardcore Holly has a history of injury because Kurt Angle broke his arm at a SmackDown taping in June of 2002 at the Hartford Civic Center, where I was in attendance, or July of 2000. And so anyway, Hardcore Holly, once he was healed up, he started haunting Brock Lesnar around the fall of 2003, even at the Survivor Series. Excuse me. Parker Holly got eliminated by countout or by disqualification or something like that. So he didn't even get his hands on Brock Lesnar. And then, of course, they finally had a match. Bob Holly's probably only WWE title match ever in his whole life against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. Brock was terrified of Hardcore, deeply terrified. But the match was nothing. And that kind of sucked because, like, for people who watched Bob Holly for so long, we wanted to get behind him and see this go. And, you know, once he got beat by Brock in a very quick fashion, it was like, oh, that's it. So while he was still a little bit over from that storyline, you know, here Brock Lesnar just got jackhammered. And then Hardcore Holly just comes out, scaring the poop out of Brock Lesnar once more. I thought it was hilarious. I loved that very much. And of course, he comes out. He's looking like a badass. And yeah, he's facing Rhino. I don't really know why. And you're exactly right. This match belongs on Velocity. But I enjoyed watching the match because I was into Hardcore Holly and Rhino. He was still pretty cool. He was the U.S. champion sometime in the last 12 months before this pay-per-view. And it was just a fine match. Was it a pay-per-view match? Absolutely not. But it was just thrown there to make people laugh when Brock was still in the ring. And I think that's about it.
So the finish of the match, we see Rhino hit a gore to Hardcore Holly, and then Holly rolls out the ring. But Holly finally gets back into the ring and hits the Alabama Slam for the win.
That's right.
Yep.
What a win for Hardcore.
And Rhino back in 2004, and the year right now is 2024, and he still looks the same.
Yeah.
Still chunky.
Still looks the same.
But
gore.
It was at this moment, I mean, maybe a little bit earlier in the show, but it was at this very moment I knew that I had never seen this pay-per-view before.
Oh, okay. So you're in the same boat as me.
I've seen the main event before, definitely.
Yeah.
And I've seen the triple threat match before, that coming up later. I've seen that before. I know I have never seen Hardcore Holly and Rhino on pay-per-view before. So there we go. There's that.
And one of my favorite Rhino promos of all time is, I don't know why I'm the TV champ. We ain't got no fucking TV.
Oh boy.
As the ECW champion or ECW TV champion.
That's right.
Hilarious. All right. So after this, we get a video package of Chavo Guerrero turning on Eddie Guerrero. They show Eddie laid out backstage and Rey Mysterio attacks Chavo. So we are about to get that match. But before then, we get an Undertaker video package saying 28 days until he will rise. In 28 days, that'll be WrestleMania.
Yep.
WrestleMania 20. So you know what, guys? It's time for me to make my announcement. The first WrestleMania we're going to talk about for the month of March, it's going to be WrestleMania 20.
Nice.
It's going to take a lot of preparation. 5-hour show.
Jesus.
Is it?
It's pretty long.
Oh, Lord, I got to do my research.
It was the first. Do the research. I was there, brother.
You better get started.
I know.
Hey, I love it. I remember the show. I remember that show. I remember it thoroughly. I know who won. I know what happened. I'm taking me to return. He's trying to roll his eyes. His eye got stuck. Wasn't rolling all the way back. But, you know, it was good. Kurt Angle and somebody. We'll get to that a little later. But our next show is going to be WrestleMania 20.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Madison Square Garden.
I have it on DVD, except one of the little plastic things broke, so the disc always falls out.
Oh, man. Where it all begins. Again. All right. All right. So our next match of the night, we have Chavo Guerrero with Chavo Senior or Chavo Classic, whatever you want to call him, with Rey going against Rey Mysterio with Jorge Paez for the Cruiserweight title.
Do you think Rey Mysterio has a picture of that with his wife?
Yes.
All right.
Angie.
He got his mouth open.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this goofy guy. Who is it? Angelo Paez? What's his name?
Paez. Jorge Paez.
Jorge Paez. My God, 2-time world champion of something.
Probably a
That was a terrible
boxer.
haircut.
I thought I was
You know
looking
what?
at Vikingo.
Yeah.
Seriously, I thought so at first too. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? But yo, it was a fast-paced match. I enjoyed it.
God.
Ray hit the 619. He's getting ready for the West Coast pop, but Senior interferes, and then Paez, he knocked out Chavo Classic.
Yep.
And then Paez got kicked out from the ref. Yo, did y'all see that DDT Ray did on the apron?
Ouch.
That was dope.
I was
That was clean.
I was still just ouch.
That was clean. But I did enjoy when Ray hit that 619 and went for the springboard, but Chavo reversed it and they had him in that single leg crab. Like, yo,
Yeah,
it was just a good match, a good back and forth match.
definitely.
John, what do you think, man?
I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. This was it seemed like a very long match. It seemed like a main event match, main event quality. They worked nonstop, good, crisp action. I seriously can't believe it. What can't you believe it? It's two absolute professionals, multi-generation, it was just an incredible match. You would not expect it. And it had a crummy finish, and sometimes that ruins a match. But man, it was just a great match. I just can't believe my own eyes.
Yeah.
The finish of the match, Ray counters and goes to the top rope, and Senior pushes Ray, and Chavo rolls him up for the win. That was the finish. Abel, what do you think about the match?
It reminded me a little bit of the ECW day. I mean, not ECW, the WCW days with the cruiserweight title when Ray and Eddie or Ray and Dean Malenko just like, what the hell am I watching? Oh my God, I'm just sitting here sitting still. I'm not going nowhere. Look at that. Look at that. And this is one of those matches where if you wasn't paying attention to Chavo Jr., you actually paid attention for once. You actually showed his respects, and this is why he's where he's at today, showing these wrestlers doing movie scenes, just
movies, all that.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be taught by one of the greats, Chavo is where it's at. So exactly. He should be known as classic now because all he does is put on some classics.
I agree.
Incredible.
So after this, we see Chavo backstage conducting an interview. He said he's the only Guerrero for the championship, and his uncle is a loser.
An addict.
Throw it up.
Terrible.
So after this, we have a number one contendership for WrestleMania. We have Kurt Angle taking on The Big Show, taking on John Cena. And guys, Big Show comes out looking big and tough as ever. Kurt Angle comes out. You know how the people feel about him. But when Cena came out, place went nuts.
This is when you start to see that they were really going to push John because
the
old saying goes, Vince likes to have the biggest stars come out last. And one of the biggest stars, and obviously one of the best on the mic at that time, well, I can't even say best on the mic, but out of those three, who would you trust on the mic? John Cena. The crazy thing is that young guy at that time was killing it. And they just said, here you go, boy. Sink or swim. And he swam.
Did you like his rap?
Not bad. I've heard better ones he's done, but it wasn't bad. I did like the other promo behind backstage where he said, if I was going to knock you out, I'll just do it to your face. So baby face right there. So
so the match basically started with Cena trying to take out Big Show. Wasn't really happening. Kurt Angle laughing. And Kurt tried to take out Big Show. Wasn't really happening. And Cena's laughing. And they both talking shit. And Big Show just standing there like, I'm right here.
Yep.
Bring it. That's basically it. John, what do you think about the match so far? Or what do you think about the match in general?
Ruthless aggression. I couldn't help but play That game I love to play. Degrees of Separation.
Uh-oh.
And
6
Lincoln-
degrees of separation, baby. Say it again one more time.
I didn't say how many degrees, but Big Show and John Cena, they'd wrestle again at the WrestleMania 25, except the third man would be Edge. In that instance, John Cena and Kurt Angle, they'd wrestle at Unforgiven 2005. That's the match where they turned against John Cena because he was the WWE champion, and people like me, us smart mark losers, were like, "There's no way a guy like John Cena can really beat Kurt Angle." But that's when it happened. Yeah. And the other thought was, man, Vince McMahon always said, I know how to push giants and big guys. And it's like, I still think the Giant still way cooler than any version of the Big Show. Just the Giant was just cooler, man.
The fact that Vince would even say that I know how to create giants, but yet all the giants are dumb, stupid, and they don't do much after so many months. I mean, I get it. You're a gimmick. You're only supposed to be seen out so long, but it's like you make these guys look so freaking weak. I get it. No one's ever gonna be like Andre, but you got a legit 7-footer that's towering over all these guys. Make him a fucking monster.
I
Like,
mean,
do
they've
you
had
do
bouts.
that? No.
They've had bouts with pushing the Big Show. They didn't do it all the time, but they would, I would think, looking at Big Show right then and there, when was his next big push? Around 2006 when, he beat RVD, I think RVD for the ECW title, and he had a big
When he got
run.
in trouble.
Yeah. He had a big run then, he had a run with Kane as the tag champions the year before that. And he would just, he'd randomly be pushed a lot and then randomly not. And even at this point in time, 2004, didn't we just, I don't know. He just beat Brock Lesnar at the 2002 Survivor Series when he came back that time. So Big Show's always he's just around all the time. But he has a long career, so of course he will.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Pro Wrestling T / Paul White.
Oh man,
Maybe.
But
yeah, no,
guys,
it's a good match.
What do you think about that clean F5 Brock, or excuse me, what Cena gave Big Show?
Very clean. Woo.
Very clean.
yes.
Nice job.
Beat that.
That was
then
better
right
than,
after that,
yeah.
Angle with the Angle Slam.
Yeah.
Clean. Like, yo, these dudes are straight destroying this dude, man.
That I don't think that would have happened with Andre. I'm sorry. Andre said, "No, me no slam. You lay down."
I don't think so, boss.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But then after this, Big Show, he was a working giant, man. Big Show, he was able to put guys over. He's able to make guys at this time, and he made Cena and Kurt look impressive. That's what I say.
And he didn't go bald yet.
Yeah, he didn't go bald yet.
That was to come.
Would you say Big Show was one of the big leading factors to why Cena got to where he was?
Yeah,
of course. It all builds, it all helps, it all adds up. So, yes.
All right.
Definitely. And then Kurt with the angle slam to the Big Show over the top rope.
Oof.
And then Kurt gets John Cena in that ankle lock.
Well, you got
Cena had that bad knee. He had the bad wheel.
Oof. That's one of the few times you actually see John actually tap, though. John does not tap out.
It's
I remember that one.
So he had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bad wheel. He had the knee brace on, the heavy knee brace, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. 1, 2, 3.
And you know what? I'm not a big fan of multi-man matches, but this is pretty good.
This is one of the few multi-man matches, the triple threat especially, that I actually liked. It wasn't crazy. It actually made sense what they were doing. So, and the right guy won at the time for what it was worth.
This match right here, Kurt Angle brought the 3 eyes: intelligence, integrity, and intensity. He brought it out in this match.
What was that?
That's
one
why.
more time?
Yeah.
Intensity, integrity, and intelligence.
All right,
One more time for the people in the back. That's enough. He brought it out. That's why he won. That's why he's going to WrestleMania 20 to go face the winner of Brock and Eddie Guerrero.
Can I interrupt you just for a moment?
Go ahead, sir.
One of my favorite things watching the end of Nitro was Conan, of course. He was in the Filthy Animals. And, he had his crew. He had Kidman, Ray, and Tigress, or whatever her name was, one of the Nitro girls, right? And he'd be like, I think it was go to Tigress, like, hey, come here, touch my shirt. She would, like, okay, that's enough.
I remember that.
I'm not saying the 3 eyes anymore. That's enough. Anyway, sorry.
All right. After this, we get a video package of Eddie Guerrero winning a battle royal.
I'll give you 25 cents for the HD version.
Yes, please.
For our audio listeners, watch the video podcast sometime.
Oh boy.
Yes.
There's some N64 graphics.
Golden Eye.
Hey.
Eddie Guerrero eliminated
still
Kurt Angle. Go ahead.
What?
Plug GoldenEye. Go ahead.
Still one of the best first-person shooters of all time. Oh my God, the wars. The wars.
Hambone.
Stop looking at my screen.
I jump.
Oh.
Chop.
Yep.
Chop.
Oh man.
When
When that game came out, I got 2 cousins around the same age too. So, Kobe. It's me, my younger brother, my cousin Gabe, and my cousin Bryant. Oh my God. I can't remember how many remotes and arguments we had with that game alone. But all right, let's get back to wrestling.
Let's try this again. One more time. Talking about my damn graphics. Huh? Is that better?
No. You just made it work. No.
Is that better? Oh. All right.
Yeah, stop.
Eddie Guerrero won the number 1 Eddie Guerrero won the battle royal to become the man to face Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. I did not like how they kept talking about his addiction. I know he agreed to it, but come on, man. The man, he did his dirt, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. Didn't Michael Cole say that he got arrested in Minnesota? Did he say that on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know where he passed away at?
Minnesota.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just crazy how they have to acknowledge all this. They didn't need to say that, but yes, he overcame the demons and he had a stellar match with Brock Lesnar.
Stellar, man. This was probably one of the best matches Brock's ever had. And it was probably the blueprint for him.
Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
This was probably one of the blueprint for a young wrestler like Brock, who's a powerhouse, wrestling with a smaller guy and doing that David and Goliath and doing it spectacular. I mean, every time you think Eddie's about to get that little come up, boom, Brock brings him back down. Eddie gets a little fire in him, boom, turn that fire down. And then it just, you get back into the match because there was a fireworks.
Match. It's a classic match. It's a must-watch match for everybody. If you guys enjoy Brock Lesnar, if you guys enjoy Eddie Guerrero, or if you don't know much about Eddie Guerrero, and the man was a great worker overall. He was a great worker. John, what you think?
Yeah. What are you doing, brother? No. 3 times not the charm. No,
I am so glad that that this match is on Brock Lesnar's record.
Yes.
I'm very happy for that because even when he came back to his second run to WWE, or it's what I mean, his 2012 onward, and that his new gimmick was that he was just a destroyer. He faced all the heavyweights, the Goldbergs, the Fiend. Wait, did he face the Fiend? No, he didn't. But you know what I mean? Like he just ran everyone over. But the fact that someone like an Eddie Guerrero beat him with but beat him, took him to his limits, even as a younger competitor. It's like, I'm so happy that like that happened. Just
Yes.
that it happened, period. And this match, yeah, you're exactly right. It is a prototype of what a powerhouse versus a smaller wrestler could be. It's one of Brock Lesnar's best style matches. Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, not Finn Balor though. You know,
Yeah, I didn't like that one. Something was amiss for me.
but
Yep, Kobe agrees. See, 3 out of the 4 agrees.
But you know, at the time, you know, Goldberg was on Raw, Lesnar was on SmackDown, Big Papa Pump was on Raw. You know, it's kind of like all the cool matches I wanted to see at the time. They were on the opposite brand. You know, I want to see Brock against these other guys, and it's like we got what we got. We got him against Undertaker a bunch of times, against Big Show a bunch of times.
There you go.
You know, it's like okay, hey, Dom changed, but no, absolutely. This is one of the best matches you'll ever watch. The emotion behind it, the feelings, it's right up, you know, it's all right up there with the Daniel Bryan Yeselmania, right up there almost with the Kofi Kingston. It is tremendous.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, this is the main event, you know, we reviewed the whole entire show already, you know, had its ups and downs and here and there's, but when you have the cherry on top of the cake like this, a tremendous pay-per-view anchored by a great Eddie Guerrero Brock Lesnar main event.
I agree.
Now, do you think Eddie would have gotten the strap if Brock didn't leave? Because I guess he told him like after the Rumble, he was like, "Yeah, Mania, I'm out." So
it's a really tough call. I have to imagine that that's the only reason, because they were headed toward a champion versus champion Goldberg Lesnar match. Everyone wanted to see it, and that's not what ended up happening.
Yeah, because Goldberg wanted to get out too, right?
Yeah, he left too. They both left.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying I didn't know when he announced it to the backstage.
That WrestleMania 20 match, the IWC, they knew. They
That's
both
crazy.
knew that that they were both leaving. We didn't know that.
Nah, we weren't into the internets like that. Unfortunately.
I mean, we can just discuss all that next week on the WrestleMania 20 edition of the show.
Yeah.
But I have no idea where this Eddie Guerrero World Championship thing came from. I don't think we'll ever know. But it's just one of those things. Just one of those things that happened, and thank God for it.
He gave us so much charisma with that title. It took him to the next level. And just even Mexican luchadors, they looked at that like, oh, I got a shot. Guys like Andrade right now, Roosh, we may not see it right now, but he has an opportunity to be that guy in another company. Well, at one point, Alberto Del Rio, until he became an idiot. I mean, I know some people forgive him. Some stuff I just can't forget.
Dream over.
Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, Eddie was that guy. He was the guy for Latin America to put over on WWE to take over that community and be like, yo, we can do this. Like this is ours. So I was beyond emotional for that, especially being of Hispanic heritage. John, don't do it. Stop. Just like that sign, you can't do it. Can't beat. But no, I know what you're trying to do. It was an emotional moment. It was a great moment, and it was the right moment.
Yes.
So it sucks that they had to do what they had to do to get them to that point. But man, the right call was made.
That's it. And he won the title at No Way Out, and at WrestleMania, he had another big moment when his boy won the title, and they embraced it together. That's Eddie Guerrero, his name is still mentioned today, so he's a legend.
Big time.
He really is. Gone too soon, but what presence that he did make, it was impactful.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's it. But you know what? A hell of a show. The whole show, besides Hardcore Holly, watch the whole thing. Watch the whole thing.
It worked.
It was an
It's
amazing
a whole
show.
show. It works.
It works.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good, entertaining show, and the time went by so quickly when you watched the whole show.
It did.
Yeah.
Just like this show. It went by quickly. We didn't realize it.
Yeah, seriously. But before we close shop, somebody got a pro wrestling crate they want to open up?
Ah, yes. It's been sitting in the dungeon for about a month and a half.
I can tell
Yeah,
a little dusty. Dusty Rose, that is.
I want to thank Pro Wrestling Crate, as you can see from the flag up top. I don't know if you can see it right here. PWT. Thank you guys.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? We'll save the shirts for last because those are always the best stuff.
And this is the crate for the month of
January.
January.
They
Very necessary.
We're going back to bi-weekly boxes. So starting in March, I'll be getting a new box with double the prizes. Maybe.
Hello, weekly.
All right. Right now we got a King Haku micro brawler.
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah. We have a Pro Wrestling Gorilla grab bag DVD. Ooh.
That was from 2012.
DT 4.
Well, is it right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Ah,
2012.
got him.
We have a a Malachi Black sticker. That's not
Maybe
gonna
Put it
be
on your
much fun.
forehead.
That could be anything.
Put it on your forehead.
Oh, boy. Sis Boomba.
We got Veda pin.
What?
Oh, that's dope.
That is
That's
cool.
dope.
That is a pretty good lapel.
Disney's going to sue their ass.
Now for the stocks. This is probably the greatest tag team of all time.
Must be the Bushwhackers.
Yokozuna and Owen Hart.
We got the Road Warriors, baby.
Okay.
That's dope. Where Hawk at?
Hawk in the back.
Your feet are going to smell like his face looks.
Sweaty.
Yes. And the autograph of the month
Heidenreich.
will be. He's actually in the Indies right now. Mustafa Ali.
right.
Show the autograph. Look at that terrible autograph. What is that month? What is that crap?
Yeah, let's see the autograph. Put it up there.
Hey, Ma.
Wow.
What a bunch of crap.
Hey,
That's terrible.
I'll take it.
Shoot, what? Michael J. Fox would have a better autograph.
You are.
While
not-
taking this time.
I'm a small box.
All right, now for the t-shirts.
Here we go.
He likes to savor his steaks.
Yes. We got the champion of champions, Eddie Kingston.
Okay.
All right.
It's
You
not
got
bad.
an AEW shirt?
Not their best design, but all right.
No.
I met a dude
Man,
downstairs today at work. He sounded like Eddie Kingston. I just want to call him Eddie.
You should
What?
have.
And the
Okay.
greatest t-shirt I've gotten so far.
Impossible.
He is the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Nice retro t-shirt.
Oh,
That's
wow.
dope. Well, hopefully in March you get a Sting shirt.
Yeah, yes, I am told as of right now I will be getting a Sting retirement t-shirt. So guys, get your Pro Wrestling Crates because you will be getting a Sting retirement t-shirt. Get your boxes ASAP.
There he is. Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro
All
Wrestling
right.
Great.
Thank
Check
you.
it
All
out.
right, guys,
Thank you.
let's shut it down.
All right, guys. Next week, WrestleMania 20, the follow-up from No Way Out 2004. But until then, I'm the Notorious One. I am Dom. I'm here with the Dominican Dream, the man with all them t-shirts and the lapels and the stickers that he don't stick. And I am here with Strap Facts, and we will see you next week.